what you're looking on screen right now are my 2022 F1 predictions that I made all the way back in March, around 1 week before the season started. And today we're going to see how they went, which they went horribly. Alright, so let's start from the bottom and then we work our way to the top. In 10th, we have Alfa Romeo. And who got 10th? Williams. Now, alright, when I made these predictions, I did not take engines into account. And the Ferrari engine was the strongest engine this season, if you can tell by even like Haas, okay? But yeah, I didn't take that into account. And again, I didn't expect the Mercedes engine to be that bad. 9th, Williams. And who finished 9th? AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri had a bad season though. Car was just weak. Alright, so Williams, I predicted Williams to finish 9th and finishing in 10th. Alright, bad prediction. I probably should have put into account that they had Latifi. You know, I probably should have put that into account, but it is what it is. Latifi wasn't good this year. Albon scored a few points. Then of course the Freeze scored in Italy. But yeah, Alfa Romeo was way better than I thought. The Alfa Romeo car, it didn't look developed to me at the start, but at the beginning of the season, I mean, they scored 6th and 10th. You know, both drivers in the points at the start of the season. It's crazy. I think they're like 4th in the constructors at the start of the season. No joke. In 8th, we have Haas, which, okay, this one I got spot on, thank God. Because almost all the predictions are wrong. So this is the only one that I got right, I think. And Haas, their Ferrari engine was good. At the start, it was great. Madison was a great driver, a great comeback. And then later on in the season, they just started failing. In Baku, we had the engine failures. And yeah, they just fell off. And yeah, I think now they just moved on to 2023. But at the start, remember last year they forego 2021 development to focus on 2022. It worked out because they went from 10th to 8th. So maybe next year it could be 7th or 6th. But I'm excited for Haas. I'm very excited. I don't think Hulkenberg. So they let go of Mick Schumacher in favor of Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg hasn't got a podium, hasn't got a win. Only one pole in Brazil in 2010. Apart from that, I don't know, nothing special. I mean, I like the Hulk. I'm glad he's back, but I don't think this was the right decision in my opinion. Yeah, Nico has experience, but is he like good? If that makes sense. But it is what it is. I mean, no experienced driver wants to like race for a back marker team, and that's the problem that Haas face. If they want an experienced driver, they need to be good. Alright, 7, I have AlphaTauri, and in 7th it was actually Aston Martin. Yeah, AlphaTauri just sucked this year. They had the same engine, well, kind of the same engine as Red Bull, and they were bad this year. Bad. I think this is like the lowest AlphaTauri ever scored in like the history of the team. Maybe like at the start when it was created, it was worse, but they just weren't that good this year. The car was awful. Alright, 6, I had Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo actually tied on points, but because Alfa Romeo finished 6th in, because Alfa Romeo finished 5th in Imola, they end up getting 6th on comeback, and I think that was like a $12 million difference in terms of prize money. So Aston Martin lost out on a potential $12 million, mostly because of the strategy that they had in Abu Dhabi, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, the only good advantage for them is that they get more wind tunnel time. That's really it. Alright, so 5th, I had Alpine, and 5th was McLaren. Alright, so this was a battle between Alpine and McLaren for 4th. And Alpine managed to get them. They managed to get 4th, so that's improvement. I think last year, where did they finish last year? 5th, I think. But yeah, it's an improvement. Besides the reliability issues, which I think are the main problem. Last year their car was reliable, and this year it was unreliable, as you saw at the final race of the year. In 4th, now this one is the most embarrassing by far. In 4th, I had Red Bull. And fourth, obviously, was Alpine. My God. Actually, you know what? I forgot to talk about McLaren. McLaren, their car just was the same. I think most of the Mercedes engine, especially at the start of the season, they were awful. And then out of nowhere, they just come back. Then Norris got the podium in Imola. And yeah, they've went up and down. And maybe it's the engine or the downforce. But the car just wasn't as good as last year. So it could either be the engine or the downforce. But yeah, like I said, I'd Red Bull fourth in the constructors, which is embarrassing. Why did I pick them in fourth? Because I felt like they put more focus in 2021 than they did in 2022. And that's why I picked them fourth in the constructors. I mean, I didn't expect their car to be that good this year. Jesus. Alright, third, I actually had McLaren, but in third, it was Mercedes. Mercedes had an awful year. They struggled from porpoising. The engine wasn't as good as before. Every minute, something was weird with the car. It had downforce, it had porpoising. It wasn't fast. The W13 was unlucky number 13, because that car was just weird. Mercedes, they got to win in Sao Paulo at least 1-2, but car just awful compared to others. Second in the constructors, I had Mercedes, and second was Ferrari. Ferrari almost missed out on third in constructors. Going into Abu Dhabi, Ferrari was 19 points ahead of Mercedes. 19. So you can tell that Ferrari at the start, they were so good, and then like near the end of the season, they just fell off. Apparently they stopped development of the car. I don't know when, but they did, because of the cost cap, and they sucked in the later parts of the season. The last time they won was in Austria. Alright, now for constructors champions, I had Ferrari, and it was actually Red Bull. Red Bull's car was the best I've seen in my life. Strong straight line speed, no porpoising, no issues. At the start, there was reliability, but after Australia, no problem. They were just great, and yeah, GG's to them. I mean, yeah, the cost cap drama, they're gonna have less wind tunnel time because of it, but yeah, fair play to them. They built a great car. Alright, let's go on to the Drivers' Championship now. Because we had De Vries and Hulkenberg, there is actually a 21st and 22nd in the WDC. So, in 20th, I had Zhou Guanyu, and in 20th was Go Tiffy. Go Tiffy almost got 22nd. If he didn't score in Japan, then yeah, that would have been 20, I don't think 22nd, 21st actually, because he had 12th in Silverstone. But yeah, Latifi wasn't all that great. He got lucky that Japan was a weird race. Yeah, Latifi, or Go Tiffy actually, he was mid, or not mid, just not good. In 19th I have Go Tiffy, and in 19th it was Alex Albon. He was actually good-ish. The Williams car, again, limited, strong in the straight line but no downforce. That's why Italy was almost like a chance for them to do well. Nick De Vries did that by scoring a point, or 2 points. But yeah, Alex Albon on his return in F1, it was okay. In 18th, again I had Alex Albon, and in 18th it was actually Zhou. And Zhou surprised me. He impressed me the most, along with Russell. 18th, we all thought that he was going to be a pay driver, and you know what, respect to him, he proved us wrong. He just got unlucky, had bad reliability, stuff like that, but he did way better than expected. In 17th, I had Valtteri Bottas. 17th, Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda was again alright. Nothing impressive. I mean, his best performance was Imola by far. 7th, he was overtaking cars. He was so good. And yeah, after that, nothing better, really. In 16th, I had Mick Schumacher, and in 16th it was Mick Schumacher, so yes, I got something right. He finally scored his first points in F1 at that amazing Silverstone race, and he also scored another point again in the next race in Austria. 6th highest finish, so good. Mick again was alright. After Austria, no more points. In 15th I had K-Mac, but 15th was Stroll. Stroll was mid. 8 points finishes, and highest finish was 6 in Singapore. Fair play. He also finished 8th in Abu Dhabi because, well, Aston Martin messed up Seb's strategy. Yeah, fair play to him, but again, nothing impressive. 14th had Tsunoda, and in 14th it was Pierre Gasly. Gasly was again okay. The car just limited him. That's really it. Highest finish was 5th in Baku. Great race frame. And yeah, nothing else I can say. In 13th, I had Lance Stroll. 13th was K-Mag. K-Mag had a Viking comeback this season. Was he even supposed to be racing this year, and gets his first pole in Sao Paulo, and he was great. 5th place in Bahrain, great way to start. Another one in Saudi, another one in Imola, another one in Silverstone, another one in Austria, another one in America, battling with Seb. He was great for the time. Can't wait to see what he does next year. In 12th, I had Gasly, and in 12th, it was Seb. Danke Seb. It's the last season in F1. Can't believe it. Yeah, he missed the 2 races because of COVID. He came and finished in the points in Imola, then in Monaco, Azerbaijan, great performance. And again, car just limited. That's really it. The car just limited. For his last season, he was great, and he managed to finish in the points in Abu Dhabi, so that's great. And of course, his favorite tracks are Japan. He finished 6th, and same thing with a few other tracks, so yeah, I'm happy. 11th I had Esteban Ocon, but 11th was actually Danny Rick. Oh boy, Danny Rick was awful this season. The season was miserable. His highest finish was 6th in his home race. And yeah, he was just awful. It was so it was a pain to watch him. But he did well in Abu Dhabi. He did fantastic in Mexico. I think was his best performance, along with Singapore. Mexico was so good. And Mexico, there was nothing crazy. And the main reason why Mexico he did so well was because of the penalty that he got with the collision with Sonoda. He did so good, but apart from that, just wasn't good. Yeah, hopefully Max or Checo misses a race next year, so that way we can see what he does in the Red Bull. Alright, 10th is Alonso, and 10th was actually Bottas. Like I said, I didn't expect Alfa Romeo to be that good, but Bottas at the start, 6th place, and yeah, a ton of points. Scored 5 in a row from Austria to Monaco, and he was actually pretty good. There was times where Joe was better than him, but by the way, he was more consistent. Yeah, Bottas did it well for his first season in Alpha. Alright, 9th, I actually had Vettel, but 9th was actually El Plan, Fernando Alonso. Alonso had, I think this was 10 in a row right here, from Spain to the Netherlands. He actually did well. Again, the car just had reliability. That's the only reason. But apart from that, Fernando still got it at 41. Still got it. His highest finish was 5th, I think. Yeah, in Belgium and Sao Paulo. In 8th, I had Perez because again, I thought Red Bull was going to finish 4th in the constructors. So I had Perez in 8th, but in 8th, it was Ocon, his teammate. Ocon, again, average. Car was a little bit better than last year, minus reliability. Yeah, he was average. Highest finish was 4th in Japan, surprised. And yeah, nothing much to say. In 7th, I had Danny Rick, but 7th was Norris. Norris, again, he has talent. He just, I can't wait for him to get a race win. He has talent. He got 1 podium in Imola, and that's because Leclerc spun. I just can't wait for him to get to win. He has talent. Alright, 6th and Max Verstappen, and 6th was actually his rival last year, Lewis Hamilton. And this was the first season where he didn't score a pole nor a win. Winless and poleless. Wild. Like, if you told me at the start of the season that he would go winless, much less even poleless, like, I wouldn't believe you. This is Lewis Hamilton, and Mercedes, they usually, like, ever since 2012, they've always had a win, at least 1 win. So I'm surprised. But yeah, I feel it for Lewis. I think next year they will definitely, I don't think Mercedes will win the championship next year, but they will definitely have a car that can compete for wins and podiums. Their car was just, the gap between it and like Ferrari and Red Bull was huge. And then like at the end of the season, the gap between Ferrari and Mercedes was close, but it was huge. Alright, 5th, Lando Norris. But 5th was actually Sainz, and The only reason Sainz got 5th was because Lewis retired at Abu Dhabi because of some hydraulic failure. But yeah, Sainz finished 5th. He got the win in Silverstone. He told Ferrari to stop inventing, and he did okay. Made a ton of mistakes. He got unlucky, but he was a good number 2 driver. In 4th, George Russell, and thank God, this one is right as well. George Russell 4th. Alright, so I think that's 3 predictions right. Perfect. So first one I got right was Haas in 8th, and the other one was Mick Schumacher in 16th and Russell 4th, thank God. So Russell was my favorite driver. Now I think I'm like, ever since he won in Sao Paulo, I became a George Russell fan. Incredible driving from him. And Sao Paulo was so, that was like, you can tell his talent, championship material, so composed. Mr. Consistency, man, George Russell. Can't wait till next year. Like, Russell's kind of my favorite driver now. So good, consistent, top 5 finishes. Each time he finishes a race, it's in the top 5 except for Singapore and Japan. But he's so good. Alright, 3rd at Lewis. But 3rd was Checo. Alright, Checo was way better. This was the best season. 2 wins. My favorite was definitely Singapore. I don't know how he was able to hold off Leclerc. That was impressive. But this was his best season by far. He should be proud. What else can I say? Yeah, 2 wins in 1 season. Didn't expect that. Monaco, beautiful. Few podiums, 1-2s. Incredible. So yeah, we'll see him at the ceremony, the FIA prize giving ceremony. I think that's for like the first time in his career. Alright, 2nd. This one is also correct. Yes. So that's, how much is that? 4. Right. Great. Leclerc finished 2nd. Leclerc was so good at the start of the season, and then ever since Spain, couldn't recover. And then the nail in the coffin was France. Oh boy, nightmares. But that was an awful season for him. Actually, when I say awful, it was good until Ferrari messed him up. So yeah, GG's to Leclerc. Glad he got 2nd. And yeah, we'll see about next year. And then for the champion, I had a controversial one, a bold one. I said it would be Sainz. Guess who it was? Super Max, 2-time world champion. Max was on a different league this year. 15 wins in a season, incredible. 5 consecutive wins, that's the most he got this season, from France to Italy. And yeah, he deserved it. He was great, composed, mature, no mistakes. Like, clap, great job. But that's the end. Those are my predictions and how they went. I won't make the 2023 predictions until I think maybe like the week before the start, or probably during testing. I think that's when the 2023 predictions. I think that's when I'll make them. I think after testing, which is from the 23rd of February to the 25th, that's when I'll make them. But for now, yeah, no more predictions. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Be sure to obviously subscribe, and thank you for spending time watching me make awful predictions.